Hello, my lovely Sagittarians. I saw an image of you as I was beginning this reading, and it was you as a tree. What I was seeing was you were growing new roots, and this time your roots were growing from the center. What I was seeing that your previous roots, they were growing more from the external part of the tree. Of course, this is like a dream image. It doesn't make sense. But the feelings and the impressions that I'm getting from this is that whereas from the past you had stabilized yourself around behaviors and images you had of yourself based on more of the externals. And by externals, I don't mean in a shallow way. I mean in a way that was based on other people's values that you had taken on as your own, and priorities that you had set based on past experience, rather than your deep core sense of who you are. Whereas now what I see is you have moved beyond this, and that you are now in the process of stabilizing yourself from a completely different place. You are really stabilizing yourself from the center of your being, from your core self, and that is going to create fruit on this tree that you've never seen before. You are now nourishing your roots, and you're nourishing your roots with your own creativity, with your own intuition, with your own sense of exploration and rightness of you doing what feels good and right to you, and really honoring that and really trusting that. In the past, you have been in some situations where you have felt either disrespected or attacked, and that was very much connected to old aspects of powerlessness, and let me be clear about that, because it's a really interesting thing that I'm seeing here. It's not that you were powerless. It's that in order to proceed in a way where you felt like you could stabilize yourself and get some traction in moving forward in life, you learned to lean into the things that as a child made you feel as though you had some power. But it was power within a powerless situation. And therefore, it was not really power. It was, I would say it was a strategy. But a strategy that did not really allow you to really develop and understand what your true sense of power was. Your sense of power came from being able to manage and control and operate. Now it's completely different. Now you've moved into that sense of being in connection with the universe, but from the core of you. And so now what you're able to do is you're able to really be your own hero. You're able to say, who do I want to be? What do I value? What do I want? And you're able to initiate from that place, which means you're activating a whole other energy. You're realizing how powerful your mind is, and that you don't have to have your focus on the past. Not at all. What you're realizing now is you've let enough of that stuff go, and you have enough understanding that what you're starting to really get into is the possibility of creating something for yourself that is really very much coming from an expanded mind, an expanded vision, and an expanded sense of yourself. This is beautiful, Sagittarius, and it's something that I've seen you coming towards. Now, for those of you who aren't exactly there yet, because of course this is a collective reading, so it's not going to resonate with everybody. But for those of you who are not there yet, what you're being asked to look at is where you have felt powerless in your life, where you've made concessions or built strategies around feeling powerless in the face of other people. And sometimes it doesn't necessarily look like powerlessness. It can look as though it's compromise and all of the good negotiating kind of things that one would do. However, if you are negotiating with somebody who is not valuing who you are inherently, If you are negotiating a compromise with somebody who is denying a valuable part of who you are, that's a red flag for you. And that is something for you to look at, because that is, if you're denying a part of you in order to be in negotiation with someone, that says to me, you're not operating from your core. And that is a blanket statement, so I don't want to make it sound like it's absolutely black and white, but it definitely would be a red flag for me. And I would ask myself, do I feel like I am embracing my power in this moment if that's what I'm doing? Or am I doing what I might have done in the past, which is soft pedal and back up and hope or expect or anticipate that they will come to like this, that they will come to appreciate this part of me. And this does not have to be in a personal, intimate relationship. This can be in extended family. This can be in work. But really, this is all about you coming to terms with who you are, where your power is, trusting that you've got it. And what I see with this tree, my dears, is that you really do have the opportunity to use your beautiful mind to focus on the positive that you want in your life and to bring it about, because I see you no longer compromising who you are in order to be in relationship with anything or anybody. And that's brilliant, because that's when you start attracting the kind of people that resonate with you valuing yourself fully. And then they will too. I leave you with this, Sagittarius. I like this very much. Take care.